Today we'll be taking a look at a possible new JRPG by a studio that's done some really great games in the past. On top of that, we've got a brand new Kickstarter campaign that has been launched for an upcoming open world action RPG, and that looks very good. Hellblade: Senuas Sacrifice has seen an update on PlayStation 4. Remember, the studio behind that game, Ninja Theory, has just been acquired by Microsoft, so that is really nice that they're continuing to update Hellblade: Senuas Sacrifice. We've got a pretty humorous co-op action RPG coming to the PlayStation 4 later in the year, and then I also want to take a look at a EU Summer Sale that's running on the PlayStation Store. This is EU only, so unfortunately this won't be applicable to you, but the EU guys have been left out of the dust for a lot of our sales, so great to see them get a very deep sale with a lot of great games discounted. More on that at the end of this video. First, let's talk about MediaVision and them hiring for a brand new PS4 RPG. Now, MediaVision actually worked on games such as Wild Arms, Valkyria Chronicles, and the more recently released Digimon story games, and now they're hiring for a brand new PS4 RPG. For exact specifics, they're looking to hire a 2D designer to work on a currently in development PS4 RPG. The actual job listing says 2D designer, type of employment is full-time, contracted, and temporary, and they'll be working on character illustration, production work, and consumer game development for character design on a currently in development title. It was listed it's a PS4 game, and it was listed it's an RPG. There are some requirements listed as well as far as what's essential and what's preferred. So as far as what game this could be is anyone's guess, but again, when you look at their track record, Wild Arms is great, Valkyria Chronicles is really good, and I know a lot of you guys didn't play the Digimon story games, but those were actually really competent RPGs, and if you like Digimon, even better with those games. And MediaVision have a track record for doing pretty competent JRPGs, and I expect this will be another one. Speaking of new RPGs, a Kickstarter campaign has launched for a brand new action RPG, Knights of Light. Knights of Light is set in a huge open world representing Iraq during the 7th century. The story will feature war and conflicts from different perspectives. The player will not find pure angles against worthless barbarians. Instead, he will face moral and diverse conflicts, with deep character development and both his allies and enemies through the campaign. The main battle will not be the core event. Instead, it will be a part of the campaign timeline, and even the side stories are based on the local communities and tribes that existed back then. Every faction had their alliances and disputes before and after the conflict. Despite being a historical story, we will introduce some fantasy elements. This will add diversity and more enjoyment for the player, but we confirm here that it will be a branched optional story to make it distinguished from the main story. The Middle Eastern fantasy and culture are rarely introduced in games. That is why the experience will be very authentic and different. However, if any player loves to stick with realism in his experience, he can easily choose not to play these paths in the story. So that's a little description of the game. The Kickstarter just launched. It's gonna have a 2-month window. It currently has 17 backers as of the recording of this video, $981 pledged of 116,000 goal, so they do have a long way to go. They do note that they are greatly inspired by CD Projekt Red as well as Ninja Theory. Those are two pretty good top tier studios to be inspired by, and this is a game with a lot of potential. The Mid-Eastern setting, as it's mentioned on the post, isn't a setting you see a lot of games tackle. However, if you're expecting to play this game anytime soon, it does say estimated delivery is around October 2020. By that point, you would think the PS5 would have been revealed, so who knows if this will be a PS4 game. It is listed as a PS4 game, but maybe they'll make it cross-gen or something like that. At this point, I'm getting way too ahead of myself talking about that. Let's just hope they get that $116,000 goal so they can get Knights of Light funded. Moving on from that, Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice was one of the best games of 2017. Really shocked me in how good it was because I was really off-put by the initial gameplay demos we saw of the game, but Ninja Theory really turned it around and it became one of the most atmospheric and absorbing games of this generation. Well, now it's gotten another update on the PlayStation 4 and it's adding HDR support to both the PS4 and PS4 Pro versions of the game, and it cleans up some minor bugs. Remember, as a PlayStation owner, this is the last Ninja Theory game that you'll be able to play for a while. The studio was just acquired by Microsoft, so you would imagine that their future games would be Xbox One exclusive and they'll probably be released on Windows 10 as well, so that's a little unfortunate for those of us with a PS4. But hey, at least they went out on the PS4 with a bang because Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice was a fantastic game, and if you're looking to get back into the game or just play through it for the first time, make sure you download that update adding HDR support. I am sure it will look fantastic. We've been talking a lot about new games. Well, there's another one coming. Warlocks 2 Godslayers launches in October for Switch and PC, and then Q1 2019 for PS4 and Xbox One. It's described as a humorous action RPG with 4-player online and local co-op. The game's About section says this, quote, challenge the vile gods and dethrone them in this action-packed hack-and-slash experience with wizards and meteor showers. Godslayers is a brand new story where our titled Warlocks now need to face the gods themselves, as apparently perishing the shadow monsters have angered them, to say the least. The Order of Warlocks has been called to challenge the gods and dethrone them from their obnoxious mighty positions. Core features also tout awesome pixel art with hand-drawn animations, fresh hack-and-slash experience in both local and online co-op. Enemies have their own skill sets and work together to take you down. Special familiar slot for your character with evolutions, giant bosses waiting to get slayed, tons of randomly generated loot waiting for you to pick up. It also touts a rich and interesting world, exploration and atmosphere, and they even have a list of less exciting features as well. That includes 3 very different worlds, over 40 varied enemies, single player, local co-op, and online co-op, procedurally generated side quests, loot, and enemy setup on levels, 5 playable characters, each having a different playstyle, and all the skills from character skill trees have additional upgrades that you can unlock, adding new utility to your favorite spells. Check out the trailer. This might be a game to surprise us. Again, the PlayStation 4 version won't be coming for quite a while, Q1 2019 for that version. However, the Switch and PC versions will come a little bit earlier in October. And finally, for all of our friends over at Europe, you're finally getting a great summer sale. I know you've gotten shafted on the last few sales, but this should make up for it because there are a lot of fantastic games on sale. If you guys want us to do an in-depth video going over some of the best deals, let us know. We typically don't cover EU too often, but hey, this sale is really big and it might warrant that. .hack GU Last Recode is 64% off, down to $15.99. AC Origins is $24.99, that's 54% off. A bunch of the other Assassin's Creed games are on sale. Batman's on sale. Borderlands The Handsome Collection is down to $8.99, that's a fantastic price. The Dark Souls games are discounted, including Dark Souls Remastered, that's enjoying a 37% off discount, down to $21.99. Deus Ex Mankind Divided is down to $4.99. The deluxe edition of that is $7.39. Digimon World Next Order is $15.99. Hacker's Memory is $24.99, and Cyber Sleuth is down to just $7.99. Fallout 4 is discounted, the Game of the Year edition, that is to $24.99, that's a great deal. Grand Theft Auto 5 is down to $15.99, that's a pretty good deal for Grand Theft Auto 5, a game that will always go to battle for on this channel. Gravity Rush 2 is down to $11.99. The aforementioned Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is down to $14.99, that's a 40% off discount, pretty good there. Horizon Zero Dawn Complete Edition is down to $24.99, $20.49 if you are a PlayStation Plus subscriber. subscribers, so take advantage of that. Matterfall, the great Housemarque game, is down to $5.79. That's a rather short game and did get a little bit of criticism at launch because of how short it was, but now at a discounted price, I would say it's very much worth it. Resident Evil 7 Biohazard is down to $14.99. That's quite good. Super Stardust Ultra is down to $3.29. That is excellent. VR version of that game is $6.49. Tales of Berseria is down to $15.99. That's an excellent deal on a fantastic JRPG. Until Dawn is down to $15.99, $12.99 if you are a Plus subscriber. Kind of expensive for that. Over here in the States, I believe we've seen that for $4.99 on sale, so kind of odd how expensive that is over in Europe. Wolfenstein 2: The New Colossus is down to $19.99. Wipeout the Omega Collection is down to $15.99, $12.99 for Plus subscribers, and a lot more deals on top of that. Those were just some of the highlights, so definitely take advantage of this sale. One of the best sales Europe has gotten in a very long time, so you'll definitely want to be picking up some games because a lot of them are available at great prices. That's going to conclude this video. A lot of information to go over. The Wild Arms and Valkyria Chronicles developer and Mediavision are hiring for a new PS4 RPG, obviously a JRPG. It'll be interesting to see what that turns out to be. Probably a brand new IP. A new open world action RPG in Night of Light has launched a Kickstarter campaign. An RPG set in the Middle East that could turn out to be something very special, but still a long ways out, so we'll follow the development of that. Hellblade: Senuas Sacrifice has just gotten an update on the PlayStation 4 that adds HDR support. Warlocks 2 Godslayers is coming to the PlayStation 4 Q1 2019, and then check out that EU Summer Sale over on the PlayStation Store if it's applicable to you, because there are some fantastic deals available right now. Sound off with all of your thoughts in the comments section down below. Thank you for watching, and goodbye.